Good evening, everyone. Welcome to closing comments here on February 27th. Let's take a look at our charts here, starting with our indexes. Today was a pretty ugly day in the stock market. The S&P and the Nasdaq both had pretty nasty drawdowns today, with the S&P suffering a 1.5% loss, while the Nasdaq was down a little over 2.5%. Typical distribution day, we saw our prior day lows, saw our price break out of this balance zone and close at the low end of the range here on the S&P with above average volume. Just a typical distribution day showing sellers are in control here at the moment. The Nasdaq was a little bit uglier. We saw price closing here at new multi-month lows and a new low for the year on the Nasdaq. The Dow continued to trade in that range, however it closed at the low end and looks like it's just hanging on by a thread, so expect continued selling here on the Dow if the S&P and the Nasdaq follow through tomorrow as well. This is at the moment, if you're a bull, I would raise cash and sit on your hands for a while here while this market sorts itself out. These lows that we're seeing getting violated here are not a good sign for bulls. The S&P still has a little bit of hope here, dating back to November and these yearly lows on January 13th. Bulls hope that they can find support here. However, I wouldn't be jumping in front of this thing. This thing could get pretty slippery from here. So no need to get super involved. Let this market go sniff out an area and find more buyers, because they don't seem to be holding this thing up here at the moment. Next up is our crude oil futures. Today we saw a nice rally. Price got above yesterday's high, had a nice tight range volume day yesterday. Price was able to break above it and close back just slightly above 70. This could just be a pullback in this down move that we've been seeing. However, I'm not too committed to either side in this market. Expect continued chop or sideways action here going forward. Next up, we have live cattle here with the April contract, which was the strongest out of all the contracts here today. Guessing it's trying to play catch up here, as it was up $1.50, while these back months, which have shown strength recently, were anywhere from 50 cents to $1 higher. This is a good day for April to get back above our pivot zone and the 50-day average. Expect tomorrow for the bulls to be gunning for this $1.9640 mark. It's a nice tightening price action here at the moment, and multiple highs here right around this 96.40 area. If we get bids above that, should get April moving higher, while these back months stayed inside yesterday's range, just continuing to pause, but the bulls were able to get prices moved back up closer to the week's high so far. Expecting this market to keep grinding higher from here. Take a look at the April feeder contract. We saw new weekly highs today. April and March were both on the stronger end of things, although it was pretty consistently up about $2 across the board out into those back months. Seeing those November, October feeders pushing into new all-time highs once again. Same with September, we're seeing just pretty strong market down the line with these feeders. Expecting this to close the week on a high note and keep pushing higher in this uptrend. Corn gave up its balance area here that we've been in for the last couple days. Looked like the bulls were starting to support things around 490. However, today was a ugly day for them. We saw higher volume today with a price closing below the 50-day average. There may be some hope here at 480, as we saw this range trade last spring. So could see a pause in this area, but if you're a bull here in this market, don't be jumping in front of this thing at the moment. Let it balance out before finding support in a potential rally. But like the indexes, this is above average volume selling below recent lows. Not the best sign for the bulls in this area, but we have been in a bigger picture uptrend, so we could just be shaken out below this 50 here at the moment. But just hands-off environment here in corn as well. So that's all we got for today. Thanks for listening. Catch you tomorrow.